the son of a frontier count nobility excelling with magic tool repair and saving the princess. Chapter 1, Reincarnation and Magic Tools. Section 1, Reincarnation and Magic Tool Repair. Episode 1, The Fate of a Black Company Employee, and then Reincarnation. My name is Reon Fujiwara. My profession is circuit designer. I think it was my 5th year at the company. I graduated from a third-rate university and managed to find a job, but it turned out to be a total black company. Almost no one at the company understood electronic circuits, so all the design work was dumped on me. It was a miserable workplace, full of slackers, and people just stealing a salary. The previous person in charge of circuit design left due to a nervous breakdown. My other colleague collapsed from overwork. As a result, the circuit design department consisted only of me. I had to do the work of 3 people. Obviously, it was impossible to keep up. Despite this, the chief executive officer only said things like, "You lack spirit," or "There is no more time until the deadline." He should have hired more people instead of saying that. I hated it. Doing the impossible is just impossible. Today was the 3rd day in a row I worked all night and I had not slept for over 72 hours. No matter how young I was, I had reached my limit. I bought some energy drinks and a snack at a convenience store and was walking back to the office when my head started pounding. At first, it was a quiet, intermittent pain, and I thought it was just a usual headache, but then the frequency increased rapidly. I realized this might be something seriously dangerous. Then a pain like my head was splitting apart hit me. My vision blurred and I fell forward.
Are you all right? Someone call an ambulance immediately! Get an automated external defibrillator quickly!
I think someone called an ambulance. The next thing I remember was hearing the sound of machines and a doctor's voice.
Start the surgery immediately.
I realized then that I would not be saved. At that moment, my consciousness sank into darkness. When I opened my eyes again, I saw a bright light. I was alive. At first, I thought the surgery was a success, but I had very little sensation in my body. I could not move my arms or legs. I wondered if I was paralyzed while remaining conscious. No, something was strange. What I saw was a ceiling I had never seen before. This was not a hospital. Where was I? It was a wooden ceiling. It was a scene I did not recognize. My consciousness slowly cleared, but my understanding could not keep up. Then a large woman came into my view. Was she a giant? No, wait. Was I just small? The next moment, I was picked up. It felt like I was being held. I tried to say something, but the only sound that came out was a pathetic babbling noise. I could not speak. This had to be a lie. What was happening? As the days passed, I gradually understood. It seemed I had been reincarnated. I had become a baby while keeping my memories from my previous life. It was a typical reincarnation in another world. I remembered someone in my old life claiming to be the reincarnation of Nobunaga. It was something like that. No, it was a bit different. At least this was not Japan. Both the time and place were different. I never thought I would experience reincarnation in another world, but there was no room for doubt. Thankfully, I could somehow understand the language. It was not Japanese, but the meaning somehow entered my head. This must be a reincarnation bonus. That alone was a huge help. It would be difficult if I could not communicate for a long time. The house I was born into is the Waldrick family. Apparently they are frontier counts who rule the edge of this country. Frontier count sounds pretty cool. I am so glad I started as a noble. A status right below royalty is the best, or so I thought at first. The reality was that we were poor nobles. I realized this while listening to people talk. This is a rural countryside. The land is thin and we barely survive through farming and monster hunting. Apparently other regions make a lot of money creating magic tools. There is a huge difference even among nobles. My father is strong and brags about monster hunting, so I know he has power, but I wish he would use his head more. I want to eat better food, but I still cannot speak, so there is nothing I can do. I am a bit disappointed by a poor life that feels the same as my previous one. Still, the family members are good people. They constantly call my name Reon. They make a huge fuss just because I look at them and are happy with whatever I do. They are a truly warm family. I remember the feeling of love which I had forgotten for a long time. My mother's name is Serena. I knew it immediately because Gilbert calls her that. Serena is a beautiful blonde mother, and I am jealous of my father. I died as a virgin in my previous life, so this is a big difference. It is frustrating. I hope all happy people explode. My father is Gilbert and Serena calls him Gil. They get along very well and I am so envious. They flirt way too much. Staring into each other's eyes and kissing is normal for them. It makes me feel embarrassed. I also have an older sister named Iris who is 2 years older than me. Iris is still young, but she is a cute girl who looks like my mother. She will definitely be a beauty in the future. I envy her future husband, but I will not give my sister away easily. If you want her as a bride, you will have to defeat me first. Just kidding. Fighting is impossible for me. My sister is obsessed with holding me lately. It is a bit scary because Iris is shaky, but I am very happy to be held by my cute sister. It is a shame to be poor again in this life, but being surrounded by such a kind family might be okay. I am happy enough. At least I am done with a life like a black company. This time I will live a relaxing life in a white world. Since I am in the country, I should be able to do that. Reon let out a small yawn in Serena's arms. Being able to sleep as much as I want whenever I want is a great happiness. Episode 2, me having become able to walk and the wonders of this world. I turned 1-year-old. I can finally walk a little. Every time Reon totters down the hallway, Serena smiles.
That is amazing, Reon. You are a genius.
It feels good to be praised by her. I try even harder to walk. I keep working at it because Serena keeps praising me. I must be the type who grows when encouraged. I am so happy to be praised just for walking. I will keep going. This life in another world is not bad. Most of all, I am happy that my mother is so beautiful. Being praised by a beautiful mother is the best, and nobody gets mad if I bury my face in her chest. Instead, Serena strokes my head. This is heaven. I have no sexual desire as a baby, but it feels like a dream came true for my former virgin self. I want to stay like this forever. I could die happy. No, that is not good. It is too early for that. When I see Gilbert and Serena getting along, I am honestly quite envious. Sometimes I try to cut off Gilbert's stories to get Serena's attention, but I cannot win at all. I can only interrupt them for a few minutes. It is frustrating. I am only a 1-year-old after all. The competition is too heavy for me. But I have started to speak a little when I call her mother Serena, gets so happy she almost cries. I can actually say father too, but I stubbornly refuse to say it. It is my pride as a man. I do not want to please that happy man so easily. Then there is my sister Iris, who is 2 years older. She really looks after me.
Reon, let us play.
Iris hugs Reon with all her might every time. When Reon calls her big sister Iris, gives Reon a bright smile. Honestly, her hugs are scary because Iris is not stable at all. But I am happy. I am so glad to have such a happy childhood in this life. Also, I was very surprised the other day. I learned that there are various types of magic and magic tools in this world. I cannot use magic yet, but people with talent can use it from a young age. I want to use magic too, but I wonder how. Is starting at 1-year-old too early? I do not really understand it yet. First, they measure your mana, and if you have it, you can use magic. But mana measurement only starts at age 3. I want to be able to use magic before then. If I do, I could be overpowered. I admire the idea of being a young genius magician. I learned about magic because there was talk of my sister Iris getting her mana measured since she turned 3. Apparently, Iris went to the royal capital for the measurement. The result was a high mana capacity. Iris has considerable talent. The adults around her were all praising her. She will become a splendid magician in the future. I felt a little envious but also proud. I can get measured when I turn 3. That is what I am looking forward to most right now. God, I better have a reincarnation bonus. If I do not, I will cry my eyes out. Iris also started swordsmanship recently. She asked Gilbert to teach her, and she swings a wooden sword every day, even though Iris is still unsteady. Apparently, Iris found out that the adults are hunting monsters, and Iris wants to help as soon as possible. What a wonderful sister who thinks of her family. She is so different from me, who says no thank you to anything savage. So please take care of the monster hunting for me, sister. Gilbert says. Iris is a sword genius. I cannot tell if Gilbert is just being a doting parent or if it is the real deal. If Iris is truly a genius, she would be an all-rounder who can use both swords and magic. That would be incredible. She might be the one to raise the status of this frontier family. I find swords scary regardless of magic, so I want my sister to do her best. But since I am a boy, do I have to inherit the title? If possible, I want my sister to inherit it while I live a shut-in life. Fighting and politics are too tough for a former salaryman like me. One day, while I was wobbling around, I found a book. It was lying on the floor. There was an unfamiliar pattern on the cover. When Reon opened the book, there were illustrations of something. After turning a few pages, I realized it was a book about magic tools. I could not read the characters at all, but for some reason I felt like I understood the structure. Why? Oh, I see. This is the same as an electrical circuit. This is very similar to the circuit diagrams I handled in my previous life. Is it possible that the magic tools in this world operate on a system like electrical circuits? The moment I thought that, a shiver went down my spine. Most likely there was another reincarnated person like me in the past. They developed magic tools. Those magic tools have circuit boards. You carve the circuit onto the board and flow mana instead of electricity through it. That seems to be how it works. Memories of my old job flashed back and made me feel a bit sick. I really do not want to work, but this is interesting in its own way. I could not resist my curiosity and found myself staring at the book intently. I see there are various magic tools. Lights, stoves, refrigerators, and more. Come to think of it, the lighting in our house is a magic tool. The air conditioning might also be adjusted by magic tools. I have seen something like a refrigerator, so that is definitely a magic tool. This is amazing. This is a world of magic tools. This is very interesting. There were many other magic tools in the book. Since we are poor, we probably only have the bare minimum. I want to see the others in person, but I cannot help it for now. When Reon looked at that book several times, Serena and the maid started making a fuss.
Oh, my Reon is already reading a book. You really are a genius.
He is only 1 year old and he is reading a book. That is incredible.
No, you are exaggerating. I am just looking at it. It does not feel bad, but I think they are overpraising me. Well, that might just be how a mother is. Reon clapped his hands and acted happy along with them. Then everyone smiled even more. I am so happy that such a small thing can make them glad. I might be okay with not growing up at all. My days passed peacefully like that. We seem to be poor frontier nobles with no money, but the family is so kind and full of smiles that it does not bother me. It is a world of difference from my days at the chief executive officer's black company. Long live the other world. I truly think so now. Episode 3. The Power Source of Magic Tools, Magic Stones. I am growing well and will soon be 2 years old. I am completely used to walking, and the words I can speak have increased considerably. Normally, it is a bit later than this. I seem to be a precocious child. Reading books has become my daily routine. Although I still cannot read the text, I just look at the pictures. Even so, there are many parts that are the same as home appliances in my previous life, so I can understand to some extent. I can understand the circuits on the boards perfectly. One day I suddenly found something interesting. In the illustrations of magic tools, there is always a certain something depicted. There is a case next to the main body or near the board, and a stone-like object is set inside. What is this? Based on my previous life experience, could this be a power supply unit? The structure consists of an outer frame, a circuit board, and a case which serves as a power unit. All magic tools basically seem to have a structure combining these three. No matter how much it is a magic tool, it cannot move without a power source. In my old life, electrical products were just obstacles without electricity. Magic tools here must have some kind of power source too. So what takes the place of electricity in this world? Perhaps this stone-like object is the power source. I became so curious that Reon decided to ask Serena.
Hey, Mother, what is this in the book? Oh, that is a magic stone. They come out when you defeat a monster. If you set it in a magic tool, it will move. Monster. That is right. You have not seen a monster yet, Reon. When you go outside, there are terrifying animals called monsters that attack people. But if you defeat them, you can get a magic stone. If you set that magic stone in a magic tool, it will work. It supplies mana.
I was shocked. Instead of electricity, the power source is a drop item from a monster. This is true otherworld fantasy. It is a civilization powered by mana instead of science. The otherworld is amazing. When Reon said he wanted to see a magic stone, Serena laughed and brought a small bag. Inside were several small-colored crystals of various sizes. Some were dull, and others reflected light and sparkled. There must be many types of magic stones.
Wow, this is a magic stone.
Reon was moved. When Reon touched the magic stone, he felt it was slightly warm. Reon felt as if something was flowing through it. That might be mana.
If you defeat a large monster, you can get an even larger magic stone. Those sell for a high price. But magic stones of this size are too small and have weak mana, so they have no use and cannot be sold. So if you want them, I will give them all to you, Reon. Really? I want them. Please give them all to me. Sure. I have plenty more small ones that cannot be sold, so if you want them, I will give them to you.
I see. The basics of the economy are right here. Monsters are resources. Magic stones are the batteries and fuel of this world. However, something in Serena's explanation bothered Reon a little.
How do you get magic stones? Does a monster turn into a magic stone when you defeat it?
Reon felt like he had read something like that in other world novels. The monster disappears and drops an item.
Oh, Reon, what are you saying? There is no way a monster turns into a magic stone. It is near the monster's heart, so you have to gouge it out and take it.
What? You gouge it?
That is grotesque. I thought the other world was the best, but I might have underestimated it. Apparently you defeat a monster, then dismantle it and take the magic stone from near the heart. I guess that makes sense. A monster turning into a magic stone is more like a game world than a different world. I was a bit put off by Serena's saying such a gruesome thing so casually, but this is probably common sense in this world. I'm the one who has to get used to it. Still, I do not think I can handle defeating monsters or gouging out hearts. This other world is not to be taken lightly. Even so, Serena said she would give Reon all the small ones since they have almost no value, and Reon got a handful of magic stones. These are all my treasures. I am just so happy. The colors are slightly different. They are dirty, so I cannot tell for sure, but there might be different types. They look like regular stones, though. The magic stones range from 1 to 3 centimeters in size. I heard that stones 5 centimeters or larger can be used decently and can be sold.
Magic stones are the power source. They are like batteries from my old life.
Reon muttered to himself, if that is the case, does a magic tool become unusable when the mana in the magic stone runs out? If you can use it by setting a stone, can you replace them? Are magic stones with depleted mana disposable? Or can they be recharged? I am curious. I really want to know. I still do not know much. I might not understand the detailed principles, but there are so many things I want to find out. I want to know more. Reon asked Serena to see other books.
If you want to read books, there is a study room, although nobody is ever there.
Apparently, there is a study room that nobody usually uses. That is wonderful, but it is strange.
Why does nobody use the study room?
Everyone is busy. Gil is busy during the day with monster hunting and organizing documents. I help him with that too.
I see, everyone is busy with work.
So you can use the study room as much as you like, Reon.
Serena said I can use the study room as much as I want. This is a big help. If there are other books, I might understand the detailed principles of magic tools even better. I still do not understand the principles of magic stones and magic tools in this world at all. A place filled with such unknown knowledge is right in my house, and I have full access because nobody uses it. I imagine bookshelves full of books and my heart races. Maybe there are books that explain the mechanism of magic tools and magic stones in more detail. Held by Serena's hand, Reon stepped into the study room for the first time. I cannot stop the excitement. Episode 4. The Secret of Magic Tools Found in the Study. The moment Leon stepped into the study, he instinctively held his breath because it was far beyond anything he had imagined. Books, books, and more books were covering every single wall. The shelves were packed tight all the way to the ceiling like a small library. It was incredibly moving. According to Serena, these books were collected by Leon's great-grandfather. Back then, the territory was prosperous enough to afford such a collection. Apparently, magic stones sold for much higher prices in the past. Even small ones brought in good money. But as magic tool production became more efficient, the demand for stones rose and prices crashed. Now the territory is completely poor. The gap between these grand bookshelves and the current finances of the family was quite sad. Still, Leon was grateful to have these books to read because of that past prosperity.
Many of the books in the back are written in ancient characters. They look like gibberish to us. The ones in the front are written in the modern language, so it is best to start from there.
The front shelves had modern books while the back held ancient ones that apparently no one could read. Leon could not read either of them yet, since he was still studying the alphabet.
The magic tool books are over here.
Serena pointed to a shelf lined with over 100 thick volumes.
Wow, this is amazing!
Leon picked out a few introductory books on magic tools with Serena's help and took them back to his room. As Leon flipped through the pages, he found plenty of illustrations. Even without knowing the words, the diagrams conveyed the meaning. No matter how Leon looked at this, it was an electrical circuit. The lines, contact points, and signal flow looked like a circuit diagram. Leon could mostly understand it. The mechanisms were simple and not that complex. He thought he could even replicate this.
If you cannot read it yet, should I have a maid read it to you?
Yes, that would be a huge help, please.
Soon after, a young maid named Mina arrived. She looked about 15 years old and was a cute girl. She did not seem to mind reading for Leon at all. In fact, she seemed happy about it. Leon decided to try and learn the letters while she read.
Lord Leon, I will read for you. Lord Leon, please sit right here.
Leon was confused when Mina told him to sit. She was pointing to her own lap. Leon turned around and sat on her lap, facing the same direction as her. That way they could read the book together. Leon had no experience sitting on a girl's lap before, so he acted a bit strange. He wondered if he could ask for a lap pillow later. Since Leon had no experience from his previous life, he definitely wanted to try it.
No, you are facing the wrong way.
While Leon was having those worldly thoughts, the reading began. Mina pointed at the characters as she read, which was very helpful. She was probably trying to help Leon learn them. As he followed along, the basic structure of magic tools became clear. It was almost exactly as Leon expected. A circuit board plus a power unit containing a magic stone plus an outer frame. The structure is very simple. It was not much different from the home appliances in his previous life, though using a magic stone for power was a huge difference. The circuit boards are drawn with a special liquid called magic ink. The material for the ink is actually melted magic stones. Once melted, it can be used as ink for about a month. So they melt the energy conducting material itself into ink. High-quality magic ink is made by melting large magic stones. Magic stones are truly versatile. They serve as power sources and can be melted into ink for circuits. That is how the boards are made. However, common magic tools use cheap ink made from poorly melted small magic stones. They work, but their durability and performance are low. It was just like the low-quality parts from Leon's previous life. Serena had given Leon those small stones because they could not be sold, but that meant he could make magic ink if he melted them. Maybe he could make a circuit board soon. If the circuit is drawn correctly on the board, you just insert a magic stone into the power unit to make it work. The outer frame is just for decoration or specific designs, so anything will do. As long as Leon had a board that conducts mana and a magic stone to supply energy, it was finished.
What was that, Lord Leon? Oh, it was nothing, just talking to myself.
Leon could not tell Mina that his inner circuit geek was getting excited. As he read further, he learned that magic stones have attributes: water, fire, heat, light, darkness, wind, and lightning. There are different systems for magic stones. A person has to use a stone with the attribute that matches the specific magic tool. For example, a tool that produces water needs a water attribute stone. Fire tools need fire attributes. Lighting tools need light attributes. It made sense to Leon. Magic tools are essentially energy conversion devices. Leon's heart raced as he began to understand the mechanics. If he followed the book, he should be able to make magic tools too. Nobody would think a 2-year-old was thinking such things, but various circuit designs were already forming in his head. This was so much fun. This world was too interesting. Leon wanted to try making a magic tool soon. He suddenly realized something soft was touching the back of his head. He looked back and saw it was Mina's chest. It was soft yet firm, which was absolutely wonderful. Magic tools are great, but Mina's chest was also amazing. Leon accidentally pushed his head back against her a little. This was great because he could study and enjoy this at the same time.
Is something the matter, Lord Leon? No, it is nothing. Thank you for reading to me. I want to read more books, so can I count on you from now on? Of course you can.
Leon got her permission. He might spend many happy days here in various ways. Maybe he did not need to rush learning to read. Episode 5. I tried repairing a broken magic tool.
Mom, I want to try making a magic tool.
What? Making a magic tool is not easy. It is impossible for an amateur. And you are only 2 years old, so it is definitely impossible. But I should not stop you if you want to try. It is better to let you play. Come to think of it, our head chef, Ordo, said he used to make magic tools. Why don't you ask him?
Okay, thanks, Mom. I will go see Ordo.
Leon walked toward the kitchen on his small legs. It was frustrating that his body did not move faster yet. He wanted to run soon.
Hey, Ordo?
What is it, young Master Leon? Actually, just call me Ordo. It feels weird when you call me Mr. Ordo.
Okay, Ordo. I want to make a magic tool.
Magic tool. That is not easy first. Do you have any magic stones?
I do. I got lots of scrap stones.
Oh, you are well informed then. You will need a circuit board.
I do not have one of those. I guess I need a board to draw the magic circuit on.
Leon felt a bit discouraged. He had overlooked something so simple. He did not have a board. But based on how magic tools work, even a simple wooden plank might work as a board. He wondered if there was a substitute.
I do not have any boards either, but there are plenty of broken magic tools in the manor. You might be able to take them apart and reuse the parts. They are no longer used, so they are perfect for playing around.
Wait! There are broken magic tools.
Even if Leon did not have a board, there were broken tools. If he could see the real thing up close, that was better than a blank board. Leon and Ordo walked together toward a small room where the broken magic tools were kept. Ordo opened the door.
There are many broken magic tools in here. Take your time and look through them. Also, young Master Leon, do you know about low-grade magic ink?
Yes, it is ink made from scrap magic stones like these.
Exactly. You are very knowledgeable, young master. It is surprising. When you draw a circuit with low-grade ink, it deteriorates quickly. High-quality ink is better, but tools made with it are too expensive for us. Lighting tools drawn with cheap ink might not even last a month. Some last for years, but there is a huge difference. It would be great if we could repair them, but we do not know why they stop working. Usually we just throw them away and buy new ones. But new ones are expensive, and we have not been able to buy any lately. That is why the manor has been a bit dark recently.
I see. They do not look broken from the outside, though.
That is the mystery. We cannot tell just by looking.
Leon picked up one of the lighting magic tools and observed it closely. It was simple if he looked closely. He could tell the cause of the failure immediately. The ink in the capacitor section which stores and supplies mana had run out. It was the most likely part to break. Leon thought it was right there. There were also several spots where the ink had faded. It was just like a broken wire.
Ordo, make some magic ink for me. I am going to repair this.
Repair it. It is impossible to repair broken things. It takes effort to peel off old ink, and it damages the board, so no one does it.
It will be fine. Just let me try.
Ordo gave a wry smile and took out the magic stones Leon had brought.
Right. Let us melt the stones and make some ink. I will also lend you the magic pen I used to use.
Leon thought Ordo was a saint for lending him a magic pen. Leon thanked Ordo and lined up the lighting tools on the desk. He began fixing the suspicious parts one by one.
Well, young Master Leon, I am going back to the kitchen. Call me if you get bored.
Okay, thanks.
Ordo was really kind. He was a good person. It was great that he used to make magic tools so Leon could ask him anything he did not understand. Leon began the actual repairs. As Leon thought, knowing the principles made it fast to identify the faults, he drew the lines while imagining the flow of mana. Sometimes there were sparks which could be dangerous.
Oops, I should probably remove the magic stone or it might short circuit.
Leon removed the stones from all the tools and restarted the repairs. He finished fixing 5 of them. Leon put the stones back in and flipped the switches. A bright light filled the room.
Oh, it worked! After replacing the stones, 2 out of the 5 lights came on. Why aren't the other 3 working?
Leon swapped the stones between the working and non-working ones. Then 3 of them worked, but 2 still did not. When Leon touched the circuit lines, he could somewhat tell where the mana was flowing. There was a faint vibration. The break was right there. Leon could not tell just by looking, but he felt like it was broken if he looked very closely. He added more magic ink to that spot and put the stone back in. It lit up. Leon was almost perfect. He tried the last one, and that one worked too. Leon had finished repairing all 5 lights.
Ordo, it is fixed.
Episode 6. Ordo's Astonishment. Leon finished repairing the 5 lights and went to Ordo. He was happy because they were fixed so quickly. Leon wanted to show off to him. Ordo used to make magic tools, so he should be able to do basic repairs. But Ordo's main job here was the head chef. He was always busy with cooking, so he probably did not have time for repairs. Leon thought he could fix things in Ordo's place from now on.
Ordo, it is fixed.
What? What is fixed?
I repaired the 5 magic lights. They all shine now.
Young Master Leon, please stop joking. There is no way broken magic tools can be fixed.
Ordo did not believe Leon, so they went together to the small room where the broken tools were kept.
What? 3 out of 5 are actually lit, but these others are not. What does this mean, young master? You did not just bring 3 new ones, did you?
No, these ones just do not have magic stones in them. If I swap the stone from this one to that one, it lights up. Look.
It is true. They all work. This is impossible.
It is not impossible. I repaired them. You can do this too, right, Ordo?
Repair. You only used a magic pen and magic ink, right? You didn't just remake them from scratch, did you?
No, I told you I repaired them. I do not have enough time to make new ones from scratch.
I have never heard of such a thing. Even I have never done magic tool repairs.
Why don't you do repairs, Ordo?
Young master, understanding that makes you more than just a genius. All the magic tools in this world are just copies of magic tools from the past. I have never heard of anyone who actually understands their mechanisms or principles. Do you really understand them?
Oh, is that so? Did I do something bad? Will my parents be angry with me?
Instead of being angry, the whole country might be shocked. This is a massive deal.
Wow, that would be a problem. Ordo, keep this a secret.
I understand, young master.
Leon seemed to have done something incredible just because he had his past memories. He thought magic tool repair was common, but it was not common at all. Leon wondered what he should do, then he had an idea.
Let us pretend that Ordo fixed them.
Young Master Leon, that is too much of a stretch. People would ask why I did not fix them sooner.
That was true. It would be very unnatural if Ordo suddenly started fixing them. Leon wondered what else could be done.
I have it. We can just say a repairman came and fixed them. A cheap repairman. That setting would not be unnatural.
Well, if we say that, it might not seem strange. Young Master Leon, the concept of repair does not actually exist. But you are desperate, so I will not say that now.
All right, let us go with that.
Leon managed to get Ordo's agreement. He had to be careful or people would think he was strange if he did everything. So the concept of magic tool repair does not exist. That was such a waste, but it was fun, so Leon wanted to keep repairing them. He would just say the repairman did everything. It was a simple story.
I will just say the repairman did everything. It is a simple story, so Ordo. I will keep repairing the magic tools here when I have time. Can you say the repairman fixed them all?
Yes, that is fine, but there are quite a lot of them. I would be grateful if you could fix the refrigerator. The refrigerator was very expensive. The one we use in the kitchen was likely bought with a lot of debt. That is why we could not afford to buy other magic tools.
Then it would be great if the refrigerator was fixed too, right?
Yes, but I think it is much more complex than the lights. The magic circuits are incredible.
Well, I will give it a try anyway.
Right. Good luck. Let me know if it works out.
Okay, I am a bit tired today, so I will start tomorrow. All right, I can keep repairing magic tools starting tomorrow.
Ordo promised to keep it a secret from Leon's parents. The mysterious repairman setting was a good idea, but Leon wondered how long he could keep that up. It might look unnatural if it goes on forever. It would be great if there was a convenient adult around, but that will not be easy to find. Leon wondered what he should do. Chapter 7, Ordo's Report and the Protected Secret. Ordo was astonished. Actually, astonishment was too mild a word for his shock and confusion. He had never heard of anyone repairing magic tools even though he had been involved in their production, and the one who pulled it off was a 2-year-old child. Even though Ordo had just seen it, he still could not believe it. His mind was a complete blank. Ordo did not know where to start or how to explain it to anyone. He wanted to believe what he saw, but it made no sense. It felt like a dream without any reality. But those 5 lights were definitely shining brightly. It was impossible to ignore the reality that they were fixed. Ordo thought he might be hallucinating from exhaustion, so he went back to the room. But the magic tools were still glowing as if mocking his doubt. Ordo had to believe it now. Young Master Leon had undeniably repaired them. It was unprecedented, but the evidence was right there. After worrying for a while, Ordo made a decision. Ordo had to report this to the Lord and the lady. Leon had asked Ordo to keep it a secret, but this was not something he could stay silent about. Ordo knocked on the office door and heard Gilbert's low voice telling him to enter. Both the head of the house, Gilbert, and his wife, Serena, were inside together. The timing was good.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Is it about your salary? I am sorry, but we cannot raise it right now. Are you saying you want to quit? That would be a very big problem for us.
No, not at all. I would never quit this house that I am so indebted to. I will not leave unless you two tell me to go.
Then what is this consultation about?
Ordo took a deep breath and began to tell the truth without hiding anything.
Actually, young Master Leon told me that he wanted to try making magic tools.
Oh, that matter. I thought you would know a lot about it, so I told him to go to you. Did Leon cause some kind of trouble? I'm sorry if I made it sound too simple.
It is not exactly trouble. Or rather, it might be a problem in a different way.
What do you mean? I would like you to speak plainly.
Leon said he wanted to make a tool, so I told him he would need a circuit board.
That makes sense. You cannot make one without a board. Did Leon give up then?
He did not. He was disappointed at first, so I showed him the small room with broken tools. I told him we had no boards, but he could look at the broken magic tools instead.
Ah, those things in the warehouse? I was thinking about disposing of them soon anyway.
That sounds like a good idea, though. Broken tools are perfect for a child to play with.
Yes, so I showed him the lighting tools. I told him they were all broken and would not turn on.
Gilbert and Serena were confused. They did not see any issue with letting Leon play with junk.
But then young Master Leon said he wanted to repair those broken magic tools. He said that if he understood the principles, then fixing them would be easy.
How ridiculous. Repairing a magic tool is impossible. I have never heard of such a thing.
I agree. It would be wonderful if we could, but it is clearly impossible. Surely you agree, Ordo?
I had never heard of it either. However, young Master Leon repaired 5 of them, and he did it in only about an hour.
The air in the office changed in an instant.
Repair. Are you sure you did not mishear or missee something? Were you not just tricked by Leon?
They were definitely fixed. I confirmed it with my own eyes and checked many times. No matter how I looked at them, they were glowing.
That is absurd. No one exists who can repair a magic tool.
Worked in a magic tool workshop for years and never even heard of the concept of repair. But in just 1 hour, all 5 of the lighting tools were shining.
But how?
I do not know the details, but he said it was easy once the mechanism was understood. He used the magic pen and low-grade ink I lent him and fixed them effortlessly.
Gilbert was silent for a while before speaking.
Wait, this has to be a lie. If magic tools can be repaired, the world will change drastically. Besides, Leon is only 2 years old. Everything about this is impossible. He has not even studied them.
Actually, he has been studying for a few days. He read a few introductory books from the library, but since he cannot read yet, Mina was reading them aloud to him. I do not think it is possible to learn that much about magic tools just from that.
That is why I was so surprised. It is unprecedented. I told Master Leon that the whole country might make a fuss over this.
Emph. You were right to say that he should know the weight of it.
So what did Leon say? Did he start bragging?
It was the opposite. He asked me to keep it a secret from both of you.
Why would he keep it a secret? It is an amazing achievement.
He said he might have done something bad. He likely thought he caused a problem.
I see. And how did you answer him?
I told him I understood, but then he asked me to pretend that I was the one who fixed them.
What did you say to that?
I told him that would be too unnatural. If I could fix them, I would not have left them broken for so long.
That is true. People would wonder why you had not done it until now.
Then the young master suggested we say a repairman fixed them for a cheap price.
Haha. I cannot believe those are the thoughts of a 2-year-old. His mind works incredibly fast.
What should we do? Iris is called a genius of sword and magic, and now Leon is a genius of magic tools.
I ask that we pretend this is a secret from you both. He may repair more in the future. When he does, we can say a mysterious magic tool repairman fixed them.
Gilbert thought for a while and then nodded quietly.
All right. It helps us out anyway. It is good for the manor to be brighter.
Yes, and the day will come when we can talk about it. Maybe when he is 5, we can tell him we knew.
That would be a relief. I would be shocked if Master Leon ever called me a liar.
And so Leon's talent for repair was secretly shared within the house. Officially, a mysterious magic tool repairman who did not exist was born. No one knew yet that this small lie would eventually move the territory and the entire kingdom. Special Chapter 7-2. the growth rate of this world.
I have turned 2 years old and will soon be 3. I have noticed a major contradiction. It seems that intellectual development in this world is much faster than in my previous life in Japan.
It would be weirder if everything was exactly the same as my old world. Common sense changes with the world. I think I was a bit too slow to realize this. I need to organize this information early. I do not want to be thought of as someone who lacks common sense, or have people talk behind my back. First, it is not normal for a 2-year-old to speak fluently, but nobody here seems surprised. I had a plan to pretend I could not speak well, but I got lazy and gave up. Even so, people just think I'm good at talking and leave it at that. It is strange.
Leon asked Mina about when children start talking in this world.
It is not rare for children to start talking at 1-year-old. Some speak fluently at 2. You are a bit early, Master Leon, but you are just very good at it. You should be proud.
So I am only slightly ahead. My common sense is completely different from this world. Mina also told me that at age 3 noble children have their mana measured and begin education. That education includes proper reading, writing, and arithmetic. Starting study at 3 sounds terrible in my old world. That was just time for preschool or kindergarten. If they are doing real study at 3, it is like entering elementary school at that age. My older sister said she was busy with studies and she might have been telling the truth. Basic education is finished by age 5. From age 6, everyone starts on their own path. Merchant children start working at 6 and nobles begin advanced specialized training. That means 6 years old here is equivalent to high school or college age in my previous life.
It seems intelligence develops about 2 to 3 times faster here. 3 years old is like 6 to 9. 4 years old is like 8 to 12. 5 years old is like 10 to 15. After 6, the growth seems to slow down and match my old world. Even more shocking is that engagement at 5 and marriage at 10 are normal. Precocious children even talk about romance as early as 3. That is very fast to me. Engagement and marriage happen at those ages, but children are not made until at least 15.
She spoke quickly and quietly, so I barely heard, but their ethics are different too. Mina seemed uncomfortable talking about it, so maybe I should ask Ordo about those details later. Some things are easier to discuss between men. As for Mina, she is 15 but does not seem like a 30-year-old. She seems like a typical teenager or young adult. Maybe mental growth slows down after 6. I'm heading to the royal capital for my mana measurement when I turn 3. I should assume the children I meet there will have the mental age of 6 to 9-year-olds. If I treat them like babies, I might end up being the one who looks foolish or gets mocked. I have to follow the standards of this world. I will check the mental age of others and match them. I'm glad I noticed this early. I will keep checking with Mina to see if there are other differences. I was a timid loner in my past life, so I want to avoid unnecessary trouble. I do not plan to be a loner here. I want to be popular and live a bright life. Well, maybe being popular is too much. I just want a normal, slow life as a countryside noble. I will keep thinking about what I want for the future so I do not have any regrets later.